Tell me if this experience is familiar to any of you. You're outside on a cool summer night, pillowed grass under your feet, the air is crystal clear, and stars stud the sky like salt on black velvet. And in the pitch silence of the moment, it occurs to you how big, how huge, how wondrously incredible our existence is. You think to yourself, why is it all here? This thought, this curiosity, this need for explanation is beautifully and quintessentially human. We wonder about the unexplainable and we strive to discover the metaphysical. We are inquisitive. And whether we crave answers so we can sleep at night or so we can hold a more gratifying concept of the world, the need for religion exists at the very core of human nature. Resolve that religion is detrimental to society. Religion, as I define it, is a set of beliefs concerning the nature and purpose of the universe. Both a single individual can have a religion, and a congregation of people can have a religion. More important in this debate, however, is my definition of detrimental. Detrimental is an adjective that describes something that is not just harmful, but something that is better done without. I think this definition is accurate because someone could argue that organizations which produce chemical waste are detrimental, but should we then include hospitals in this umbrella because they use thousands of needles and serum? No. One harmful aspect of something does not make the entire thing harmful. Therefore, in order for religion to be detrimental, Huda has the burden of proof to convince you that religion not only has some bad aspects, but is better not to exist. If you listen to the points I will present in the next few minutes, you'll realize that religion does not deserve the bad label that Huda and many modernists today staple on it. It's pretty incredible when you think about it. I can't come up with one human civilization that doesn't harbor some sort of religion. Even cavemen had the desire to understand the spiritual forces they felt in life. If there's one thing consistent throughout history, it's that all people everywhere seek answers to the big unanswerable questions. And this is the essence of religion. Today, billions of people are involved with their faith, and to be without it would be a major loss to our humanity. Like every argument against religion, and like you just heard, Huda cited suicide Muslim bombers as the products of religious hatred. But what she is overlooking is the fact that this is more a product of culture than religious doctrine. Religion in this instance is merely an excuse. Do you think that if these secluded Middle Easterners threatened by the existence of capitalism didn't have the excuse of religion, they wouldn't harbor any hate for Westerners? No. There exists a difference in culture that propagates such hatred, not religious doctrine. This also extends to what we label as religious wars. And if you can all remember what was discussed in Mrs. O'Donnell's class, you'll see that wars are fought over land or politics or control, not religion. For example, before the Protestant Reformation, money flowed through the Vatican, but what was labeled as religious upheaval was actually a rebellion on the political corruption of the Vatican. This and many, many wars are labeled as religious wars when we know that these are fought for cultural and political reasons. The tragic truth, however, is that religion is the social identification of these groups, and the result is false blame. I've heard it said that without religion, none of the world's problems would exist. But I think this is completely narrow-minded and misrepresents reality. We know that religion can be a social conduit for people to meet and discuss opinions, which, in the example of the Muslim bombers, may be hatred of Americans. But if religion didn't exist, the bombers would still convene and discuss American arrogance in some other social group. Religion is an excuse for events that would occur anyway, because cultural friction is the agent of conflict, not religious doctrine. To further prove this, I'd like you to consider how similar religious doctrines of the world actually are. Islam, Christianity, Judaism, each stress the importance of kindness and peace among people, and all have some form of the Golden Rule as a major portion of their doctrine. With such little differences, it seems ludicrous to suggest that religion is the cause of world problems. The truth is that the cultures of different social groups of people are the causes. Religion has a bad name because people use it as a label. Notice the resolution also states that religion, not religious groups, are detrimental to society. This, we know, makes it a much harder job for Huda. And though this may be our resolution, I'm even going to argue that religious congregations, for the most part, are a good thing and worth keeping. In her book about the neurological importance of human interaction, Lois Cosiolano says, just as neurons communicate through mutual stimulation, brains strive to connect with one another. Our brains literally crave the stimulation of interaction when it comes to understanding our place in the universe. We enjoy connecting to people, and in our quest to understand the existence of God, we feel better if we are joined by others in community. As a communal organization, I also believe that religion produces far more good than bad. The National Council of Churches reports that Christian charities in the United States raise upwards of $34 billion for public benefit in things like soup kitchens and family shelters each year. $34 billion. Do you guys know how much that is? Religious charities are among the greatest source of social benefit in the world. Also, can anyone guess the first organization to deliver aid to Haiti? No, it wasn't a national government like the United States or England. It was the CAFOD, Catholic Association for Overseas Development. Religious organizations act swiftly and ever ready, apparently better than these national organizations. A final point I'd like to make concerns the experiments of neuroscientist Solomon Snyder. In 2000, he conducted experiments using MRI to understand the role of religion on the brain. He found that brains of those who described themselves as religious, while in a religious state, were similar to the brains of people who were listening to music and reading poetry. He concluded that neurologically, people are well served by having some sort of religion in their lives. Overall, we are human. We stare up at the expanse of the universe from our curve of Earth because it is natural to seek explanations for the things that science can't hope to explain. Religion grants the best satisfaction to this end and is proven to be neurologically enhancing. When Huda or others say that they are being pragmatic intellectuals for seeing religion for what it is, they are blindly associating this incredible human concept with cultural or political frictions. Thank you all for listening. I hope you have a clear understanding of the defined terms and are aware of the proof that Huda needs to present to you. Vote negative.